And once again, these teams collide, but now they've had a bit of a switch up. It's a reunion of Vatira and Rise, and they're kicking things off with a fake kickoff. They've conceded the possession the very next touch, so they only worked for so long. And that's already quite promising to see out of them. Maybe taking a look at what happened in the other semi-final earlier on today.
When KC have won, they have been utterly dominant, at least for large periods of time. Both these teams were forced to fight for it in the last semi-finals. Vitality finally eliminated from an event, and then you've got shots like that from Itachi.
Oh, what a finish by Itachi. Juicy with a long pass. Seiko with the mind game. Vatira could have gone for that a whole lot earlier, but he thought Seiko was popping at middle, and that is exactly what Seiko wanted him to think. It's Itachi with a perfect shot to make it 1-0.
Itachi took that shot like it was personal. He was having none of it. Now Juicy yet again. The greatest result in Juicy's young career, through to his first Grand Finals. Why not go and make it a first Grand Finals victory? Rise now, off the side. Gonna drop into the midfield. Itachi, nice layoff pass. Juicy, with Itachi looking for demos. Almost able to get through, but enough time bought, and Rise is back.
Yeah, Atto with a phenomenal defensive job there. Elusive, avoiding the demo, staying in the play long enough to get Rise back into position. You said it exactly right. I mean, Juicy and Gentlemates, they were not the team that anyone expected to be winning this event. Getting top 4, sure, I think a lot of us expected that, but getting the win over the other 3 French-speaking super teams, yeah, I don't think I saw many of those predictions at all, but Itachi, he's done it before. He's had a bunch of regional championships to his name. That would be, I think, one of the sweetest of all, beating his old teammate Vatira.
There was only one consensus coming into this event, which was Vitality and KC were 1 and 2, maybe 1A, 1B. Gentlemates are trying to beat both of them in one day. What a statement that would be for their season. Seiko, backboard, double tap. Rise is there to save it.
Yeah, they could take down the other 3 teams in one weekend. They beat BDS in the opening match of Swiss, of course. Now they're beating Vitality today. They're trying to take down all of the biggest rivals in 3 days. I mean, that is one way to announce yourselves as the new top team in Europe, but with how close everything's been today, I think we need to see more. So let's go and do that right now then, shall we? We've got half a game to go. KC are testing the waters. They're yet to find a clean way through. Oh God, see, Gentlemate's synergy is just phenomenal. Atto with a flip reset though. He's hit this one a bit too high, but Vatira won. It's 1-1. And it was the back post approach for Vati that left the shot undefendable.
Yeah, it ended up putting it too high, but the pop out afterwards, Atto utilizing the crossbar to try and get extra power to get that over to Vatira. 1 each. KC looking to try and continue their run. They have won their last 4 games in a row. Trying to make it 5. Trying to start off this series with a win.
Yeah, you know, it's KC who have got all the momentum right now. They're on 4 straight game wins. Gentlemates took their semi-final against Vitality against the run of the momentum. Vitality were on almost a 3-game win streak in that series, and then Gentlemates at the very last second took it away from them. 2 very different journeys to get to the grand final. It's a double commit from Gentlemates, but they have got some distance with the clear, enough to buy time for the recoveries to come through. Atto just shoots first time. Now, definitely faking an infield pass there, mixing things up with the direct shot that you'd usually expect to be saved. This is just such a great mix-up by KC, and that's going to be open for Vati. Atto with the demo on the goalkeeper to leave the net open.
Yeah, Juicy saw the situation and realized there was nothing to be done. Wiped off the face of the map. 2-1. These are both teams that are capable of fighting against the run of play. Both of them have at least been against 3-game winning streaks from their opponents today. Itachi, nice off the demo. Juicy's not going to go too much further along. Gentlemates after getting the first goal from Itachi, looking for the second.
Juicy's got a good chance of this one. He tries for the flip reset, ceiling double, got the ball to go a bit behind him though, just tough to catch up with. And now Vatira and Rise have gotten a bit of a pickle there, driving into each other, trying to be very quick to the second ball, but Atto comes away with it, and he has been unstoppable in offense so far, both on and off the ball.
Backboard, Seiko lays claim. 100 boost was stolen from them. Rise pops the ball up. Tira realizes that he was not getting anywhere near it. Juicy pre-jumped it before the ball was even hit. Now Rise tries for the sidewall double tap. Very difficult to read as a defender. If it goes right, you've got to try and scamper back nice and quick. Backboard yet again, Gentlemates. Oh, they're up against it! And Vatira has a hat trick!
Atto was just so quick to this second ball, completely dusts Juicy, and Seiko was not ready for that. He thought at the worst Juicy was going to get a piece of that. But it just went clean past him, and Vatira slots for his third goal of the game. It's hat trick for Patty as KC look to go 5 games in a row on Championship Sunday.
They've been unstoppable. And that was with their tournament lives on the line. I think every single game since then, it just felt like they were playing off house money. Tira looks to try and wipe out Juicy yet again. Juicy's pre-jumps working out very well defensively, but they need more than defense right now. Half the game left to go. And ever since they scored the goal, Gentlemates have not looked like a threat. As there's another bump, and Rise has wiped out the competition again.
Vatira's got 4 goals. I mean, this is a statement opening game by Vatira, the KC captain. You know, he built this team to take down Vitality. He didn't have to do that today because Gentlemates have done that for him. But you know he wants to win against everybody else just as much. This guy is one of the most winning-addicted players in Rocket League history, one of the most competitive players in Rocket League history. He makes for great entertainment as KC stomp Gentlemates in Game 1.
It's going to be a question of whether or not that slog of a previous round where they had to fight back would have worn KC out. Oh, dearie me, that is not the case. They are in fine form, and Gentlemates are the ones that have got to pick up the gauntlets.
Be able to start a series strong after that 1 hour wait. They played their semi-final at the start of the day. KC at the start of the series, coming in hot, that's not a surprise. It kind of flips, so at the end of the series, that's where KC might start to run out of steam. They've got to manage their energy, they've got to manage their emotion. And for Gentlemates, it's about getting back to that level that they were at earlier on against Vitality. They certainly started to give the Vitality semi-final very well.
Good reminder as well that both these teams do have access to their timeouts. Some big news as well for Gentlemates especially, because Eversax, after he's called a timeout, 79% win rate after that. It's always impressive because usually you only call a timeout after you've just lost a game. Your team's not got the momentum going into it. Tira is just going to pass back to a toe.
I think Rise might have actually just accidentally faked the ball for the first time. Most of their fakes have been fully intentional. It's, so much faith was put in him to hit it that nothing really came from that for Gentlemates. Like, what can Juicy do here? That's a great flick from not much momentum. Atto catches it beautifully. Shows how it's done when it comes to getting the ball out of defense safely. Tira continuation stopped pretty much dead on the halfway line at the peak of his air dribble.
Here goes a toe, looking for the outplay. He's gone off the ceiling, and Itachi will clear. So I don't think it was going to get there anyway. Itachi on 0 boost, and he's kind of put himself out of the play for nothing here. Layoff pass to Vatira. Boost keeps being stolen. This is starting to feel like a continuation of Game 1. Seiko looking to try and end that, and he has got a shot on target. Vatira sees it away.
Yeah, spectacular by Seiko, and now it's rattled the bar, and Juicy's shot back-to-back across the box from Gentlemates. Seiko coming to the other side now. That one is easily cleared by Vatira. Juicy played exceptionally well in the back corner there. 2 50-50s going his way as Karmine Corp looked to put the pressure on.
Yeah, Juicy's played some immaculate defense, but I don't think he wants to be doing that anymore. Itachi, nice jump, gets to the ball, fake out from Rise. Let's bump for his troubles. Now Juicy called back in, and he's leaving it. And maybe realized he doesn't want to try and control it as much as he initially thought. Vatira looking for the outplay, and they had to try and cover high and low.
Yeah, great read by Seiko. Vatira being very sneaky there. He had a flip to work with, so he waited as long as possible before using it. Seiko's reactive defense today and his predictive defense as well. And outstanding. That recovery from Itachi, just sliding down the wall, letting his momentum take him towards the boost. A lot of players would have messed up that recovery and wasted boost in the process. Now here comes Itachi, 1v1 with Atto. He's got support behind him. He can't get a touch on Atto. He can't get the ball past him either. It's Atto in defense, and now he's going the other way, and he'll also be stopped.
Off the wall. We're quite happy to see that, actually. Rise tried to keep this one going. Seiko, oh, bumps from Juicy that might open up some gaps, but Toe did recover quickly enough. Now they're breaking away. Everyone's trying to get back. Musty off the backboard. And somehow Juicy knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, great cover by Juicy. All he's got to expect, the unexpected. KC are in those kind of positions. Vatira controls to follow up touches. Atto and Rise both lunging at the ball. They do come away with it. You've got Vatira behind them, so I mean, if there's one guy behind you that you're going to have faith in covering you when you do double commit, you know, Vatira's pretty close to the top of that list. If Vatira just pre-jumps to block Gentlemates to the near post again, 0-0. Gentlemates could really use a goal here. They've been struggling when it comes to offensive firepower, not just in this series, but the tail end of the prior as well.
Rise off the ceiling, tries to chase it up. Juicy gets a good challenge. Tachi turns. It's a little bit of a miscommunication here. Gentlemates thought they had more time than they actually did. Now zero boost for Itachi. So I think he knows about it, but now they're trying to bust their way through. Shoulder barge, shoulder tackle. Do whatever you've got to do.
Oh, what a play by Juicy. You realize that slow, yes, but on target. That shot from Itachi was destined for the net. As long as he could slow down the last defender, that's exactly what he did. Juicy just sacrificed himself to let the ball roll in uncontested.
They've been in this position before. They ended up losing it 3-1. It's an awkward bounce for everybody as well. Vatira, backboard, tried to get the bump. Juicy avoids it.
Defensive 50, still doing work for Gentlemates, but they're being spread pretty thin here. Big gaps in the midfield. Itachi patiently waits for the ball to come to him. Atto can start again in the back corner. The ball doesn't bounce all that nicely for him, though. That wasn't a natural takeoff pattern. Decided to go on the ground bounce instead, and sort of worked out as Rise and Vatira join the attack.
All of our top 4 teams, they have been so intent with the demo plays. It's partially trying to outplay. It's mostly just trying to avoid being attacked. Now off the backboard yet again. Itachi realized he's got to go early, otherwise he was going to get wiped out. The play on the ball is maybe 40% of the story in these sort of matches. Your eyes have got to be everywhere, not just the viewers, but also the players, because then stuff like that can happen.
Well, you mentioned it, Shogun. It's a play off the ball. How about Atto and Vatira bumping defenders out the way? They've cleared the path for Rise. And of course it would be Rise, one of the most prolific goal scorers in the final 10 seconds of a game. He's tied it in game 2, 8 seconds to go. Double kickoff for KC. They're going for the big win, and they've got the net open, but not the angle of the shot. It's Rise! Surely! I cannot believe it. They've done it!
The bot kickoff! Send both of them! It worked immaculately! 2-1 with a singular second on the clock.
That's absolute genius. They've called that. They've realized that the double kickoff is going to crush what Gentlemates are doing. And Gentlemates have tried to send one back at them, but it good. And I think it really does come down to having a bit more faith in each other, trusting that the pass will land, making that preemptive run, and actually giving each other options.
Okay, I'm just saying one thing. Surely we're not getting another reverse sweep today. Gentlemates need to win this game, or they are very much up against it in our grand final. Off the backboard, Atto will recover just in time. Atto has not put a foot wrong, ironically, as he goes to the opposite side of the field. And it's just wide.
Just a smooth ball controlled by Atto, and now Juicy trying to replicate the other way. And it's in off the half volley. What a ground shot by Juicy. Rise was in position to try and save this one. Juicy just absolutely smacked it. And yeah, Rise just didn't have the pace to get back, didn't have the boost to elevate, could not keep out a shot at that magnitude from Juicy.
That first touch was just brilliant. Kept the angle of it, but also had the ability to move on for the hook shot. K-Dog would be proud.
Oh, he's done him! Juicy makes it 2. Itachi 50s it to him. Juicy with a ceiling double, and then the backboard touch as well. I mean, I had to watch that again to see if Vatira got any piece of it. He didn't. It was just Juicy with a triple tap off the ceiling and the backboard.
Well, he spotted the gap and he went for it. Juicy, who on earth is this player? He was good on Moist. He is phenomenal on Gentlemates.
Oh yeah, we're talking about lacking offensive firepower. There's your offensive firepower. That's one of the best goals we've seen all weekend. It's probably one of the best goals we're going to see all season. A pinpoint triple tap from that position over Vatira. I mean, you really do not get much better than that. Now, Gentlemates have got a great chance to establish themselves in a strong position.
I feel like I can't say anything is for certain today, though. Johnny, 2 goals, and I do not feel confident in this for Gentlemates whatsoever. They will feel much the same. They want that third. Long clear, is it in? It's off the post.
The inside of the post to the rescue for Gentlemates. If that bounced a tiny bit more to the left, it was in. A tiny bit more to the right, I think Vatira's got the read. But it clipped the inside of the post perfectly to take it away from Karmine Corp.
Tachi has to fake challenge. He's up against Rise. Managed to slow down the play enough. Though Rise was on 0 boost. Now that from a toe is actually incredibly not the right decision. Your team's on low boost. The last thing you've got to do is up the pace of the play.
Yeah, Atto is looking for a low 50, but he got completely dunked on. And Tachi sends it into the top corner. Well, Gentlemates have really woken up here. This is phenomenal stuff from them. And, you know, with Seiko sitting back, we talked about Vatira being one of the best players to sit back and be that reliable third. Seiko today has been a really reliable third for Gentlemates when they've needed him to be. That's giving Juicy and Itachi such confidence moving forward.
Eversex might very well be seeing an 80% rate.
He can't keep getting away with this.
What on earth just happened?
That's an Atto mid-air handoff to Rise, who leaves the ball after 1 touch, bumps 2 defenders, and gives it back to Atto to score.
Well, they're back in it. 3 minutes, 2 goals, and maybe quadruple championship point off the backboard. Juicy, that's a hard read to make. Did manage to do it. Vatira, reset, there's 1 demo, looking for another bump!
Again!
And Itachi, heroic, able to get rid of the danger, but it's only temporary. It's demos all over the field.
These are some horrifying air dribble bumps to go up against, because they're not one-man air dribble bumps. You've got another player shooting the ball immediately after the bump lands. But Gentlemates have survived. That's a big clear, and it's an awkward bounce for Vatira as well. Seiko did not think it was going to be left alone there. He wasn't prepared to just send it on target.
Yeah, the last thing you're expecting is for it to be easier for you, but Seiko will not take a second opportunity. He just needed to see it one more time, 4-1, and surely we're not going to see a sweep.
Oh, that must have felt good for Itachi. I think he put all of his energy into that back wall bump after the goals they've been conceding. That must have felt like retribution. Another 3-goal lead. And Gentlemates, I like that they've responded with aggression to Karmine Corp's aggression. This is what they need. This is how you need to play if you're going to take down any of these top-tier EU teams.
You know when you say a sentence you immediately regret it? Well, I said this, surely not, and as soon as I said that, I was like, actually, I don't know just yet. Maybe give it another minute. KC, oh, that's so awkward for them. Itachi slowed down the play as well. Wanted the bump shots, or the block shots. Seiko pops the ball to himself. Rise is just shadowing him, wants to see what can Seiko cook up. Usually a very dangerous thing to allow Seiko that much time on the ball.
Well, Juicy and Itachi feeling pretty comfortable moving in close here. KC really don't have a lot of momentum to play with. It's tough to get life into a ball there. With just over a minute to go, if KC are going to try and keep up this, what is it now, 6-game winning streak, looking for a 7th, and they got to score soon, but it's not them scoring soon, it's Seiko. He called the bluff at the near post. He sensed that there may not be a lot of boost in this position for KC. He slams it into the top shelf.
This has been so good for Gentlemates. Because now that mental barrier will be gone. You now know, hey, not only can we score on this KC squad, we can do it multiple times, and it's not as difficult as we thought it was. Eversex, yet again, has worked magic after a timeout. Vatira up to himself, off the backboard, trying to keep the game alive. And that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, if they are going to do something, it's got to be now. It's got to be on this play. Yeah, as they press to try and get a goal, they're kind of confusing each other. Karmine Corp, Gentlemates seem like they've done more than enough in this game. Seiko playing it as far away from Vatira as he can. He still nearly gets blocked. Well, you know what, I've got to say, I'm happy if both teams have Well, Gentlemates get a win. That means both teams have got a win in the final. With so many Gentlemates fans tuning in today, so many Karmine Corp fans tuning in, I think this is an outcome that all of us neutrals can at least one game win to cheer for in a grand final is being watched by major numbers. It really is unbelievable. Welcome to all of you tuning in. If you are watching Rocket League esports for the first time, trust me, it's always like this. You don't need to worry about it. It's always game sevens, so it's inevitable. That's where we're headed. We're just finding out how.
And this is still the qualifier stage. We have a whole season of Rocket League greatness still to come. And with Gentlemates playing this way, just still is, you don't want to be against triple championship points. As we do head over to Manfield Night, Johnny's favorite map is about to become one of these teams' favorite map.
Oh, KC, they're rapidly becoming my favorite team. They've just left the ball in the kickoff. I love it. Absolutely love it. And they've got to be intentional as well. But they've conceded, so clearly don't do that again. Don't listen to don't listen to me. Kickoff strats are pointless. Actually, Juicy's just done a great job there. Passes off to Seiko, who 50s it perfectly back to Itachi. The precision of that 50-50 by Seiko cannot be understated.
The completely left kickoff, also, as I like to refer to it, as the admin heart attack. Okay, well, enough about that. Admin's having a heart attack. I think Ferris about to have one if his team keeps conceding like this.
Oh wow, Itachi completely dead stopped that ball for the close cheat. It barely moved an inch from the initial kickoff, allowing the shot to go in far faster than a cheat usually would. Gentlemates are starting to put together quite the run when it comes to goals. Here come Karmine Corp the other way. No, Seiko's intercepted them early. Atto looking for space, can't find it. Itachi's all over him, doubles it downwards. Seiko decides to just let KC have that one.
That's going to feel quite good after how game 2 ended. Well, they have themselves a 2-goal lead. Does seem to be just something with Vatira and Rise. When they're on a team, the series that they're in just have so many kickoff goals both ways. They do like to play volatile in that way. As now we've got Seiko bumping a toe. If that was on target, that could very well have been 3.
You know, it's mind games at this point from Gentlemates. They're trying to predict what KC are up to. If KC are trying to send the kickoff to the back corner, then dead stopping it with a close cheat is going to beat that. You're just going to score if you get it right, and they did that time. Now, for KC, their POV, trying to play a risky strategy at this stage in the game, at this stage in the series, I don't really have a problem with that. I think it just, you know, that one is just a great read by Gentlemates and a great mechanical play by Itachi to dead stop the ball like that. But, you know, if KC were doing that 11 seconds to go up by 1, that would be a different story.
Seiko narrowly avoids getting wiped off the play. Toe has suddenly become a little bit quieter. Like to burst back into action, especially with the rest of KC. Itachi, long shot, Rise has to save. Caresses the ball into the far corner. Realizes he was under threat, and the double commit does come through. Itachi is gonna take over. Big call from him, realizes we don't need to try and rush this. And you can see Itachi's not going for outplays here, he just tries to force 50-50s. They've got the 2-goal lead, it might be 3. Just wide for now.
Yes, it's such a smart play for Gentlemates. Every time these 50-50s in the back corner, the pressure on the ball in the midfield, giving goalkeepers time. They are just not falling for KC's big dunks and their big blocks that they're going for. They're just getting goal side of the ball, forcing the outplay. And, you know, even if you do get outplayed, if you're the first challenge, you've got teammates behind you, it doesn't really matter because your teammates are going to have an easy touch on the ball. And it seems like every touch right now for Gentlemates is easy for these players of this caliber to deal with.
Oh, that second touch from Vatira really caught Seiko out, but it was his job already done. All he wants to do is get the play going. Now he needs to get back. When he's done that, he's got the pass to Juicy, who made that far too easy for Vatira.
Yeah, he thought he'd back off there, Juicy. Did not think Vatira was going to dive, but of course Vatira saw that, and he did dive. And it's a big block there by Juicy, but Vatira has respected it. He's found Atto in the back corner. Leaves it for Vatira. He's got a bit of space, but not enough. Seiko, again, dispossesses in midair.
It's just a test that they've got to pass over and over again to Gentlemates. The air dribbles have been the play so far for KC. it's all up to the defense to keep making the right decisions. Don't get bumped. Get in front of the ball. It's a huge amount of work that you've got to get done. But if you don't, it's a goal for KC, and they're right back in this game. Atoa was trying to attack Juicy in the backfield. Just over a minute. Gentlemates have kept this calm. They grabbed the 2 opening goals. It's been reasonable since then. And cuts of rotation like that from Seiko help an awful lot. Now trying to put this game away, and Itachi could have done better.
Yeah, he wanted the backboard there, but he didn't get the lift on the ball. Just a slight miss hit on his takeoff, but still looking pretty good here. And it's another air dribble bump pass attempt, but look at Itachi diving out to meet the air dribble bump pass. That is how they need to be playing against this. If you're wondering why are KC stopped air dribble bump passing, they were dominating with that strategy earlier. But it's really more to do with Gentlemates coming out to meet them now. They're not waiting in goal. They're not waiting back for KC to air dribble at them. They're flying into the bump with momentum, and you can actually just bump the air dribbler back into his own shot if you do that. So good adjustment by Gentlemates on the fly. And suddenly KC are the team lacking offensive firepower.
Yeah, it's something that is a lot more effective, especially in 3s than maybe it is in 1s, because the air dribble bumps, they take a lot of setup. There's a lot of play that you've got to do before that is an actually viable strategy. As Itachi almost able to get it over the line. It does seem like Gentlemates have got this game over the line, though. They've done it. They've got this series at 2 each. They've made the adaptations. Karmine Corp barely ahead of Magnifico and Moist.
Oh, wow, yeah, they were behind Oxygen as well. That's crazy in hindsight. Obviously, we need to see more than one event from Oxygen to know their true level. Man. Yeah, this is just unbelievable, though. Now, let's see. It's another double kickoff from KC. They have won it again. This time it looks like Gentlemates were ready to dart back and defend against the follow-up shot. Such a chess match, the kickoffs in this series between these guys. Eversax and Farah, I'm sure, having a lot to do with this behind the scenes.
I mean, we're talking an awful lot about Vitality's undefeated run. Farah still holds on to his as Vitality's coach, moving over to KC. Farah doesn't know what it's like to lose a tournament.
Since he's done playing. I'm sorry.
Well, the best minds in the game. It's reflex after the way we talked to CJ behind the scenes.
I love Farah, but he's winning a bit too much. He's getting a bit too big for his boots. Gentlemates are trying to give him a knock that he's not had in a while here, and so far they are doing just that. Air dribble bump pass threatened there from Atto, but Itachi manages to take the ball away from him completely unscathed, and that has been, I think, the theme of the last 2 games is Gentlemate's ability to avoid Karmine Corp's physical aggression, the off-the-ball plays.
Oh, ceiling reset for Rise. Was still met mid-air. Whoever wins this, double championship point. Seiko and Itachi have got each other's way. That's going to cause all sorts of chaos.
And the shot by Rise is absolutely perfect. Now, goalie's POV on this, pretty difficult to see coming. Itachi was at the near post, not a lot of boost to his name. And there's a bit of a flashbang beside the ball as well to just cause even more confusion. It's KC in front. And they are really committing heavily for these kickoffs. Again, the closest shoot imaginable. I'll tell you what, they're coming away with the ball, and they're coming away with pressure more often than not.
Oh, Itachi's in all sorts of trouble. He's not going to be able to do anything about it. Itachi was ready for a shot on net originally. When Atoa decides to mix up the play, he had nothing left he could do. He also had to avoid being hit.
Yeah, they're just clinical in these positions. I feel like when this game gets messy, I feel like when the series gets messy, it's KC who look comfortable, and Gentlemates are trying to play a more clean game where they're reading each other and communicating with each other and spreading out across the pitch. KC are just seemingly playing perfect Rocket League with 2 teammates on top of each other, seemingly blocking each other and going for the same ball. It's in the chaos that they are thriving, and now the investment of 2 games won earlier on starting to look a whole lot better as they regain control.
Just trying to fight over in that corner, get that 3rd goal. Vatira holding the midfield. First time Gentlemates have really been able to push forwards in quite some time. They need 2 goals. Back mid. Atto, I don't think he's going to get there. And he's still able to make the stop.
What? Well, Atto pre-jumped, and the shot went low to try and counter that, but Atto then he adjusted mid-air to cover the low shot. Now Vatira's trying to pass middle, but no one's there. No one for KC at least. Well, that was brilliant by Atto. I mean, you could see that he realized he either baited the shot low or he just realized that's where the shot's going. But to adjust and cover it and control the ball, just absolutely perfect in a very tough position.
Now he's brought back in. I think reset was gained. Itachi's having none of it. So back out. Rise and So both going for it. Rise sticks with the play. Good challenges there from Itachi, but he's got no follow-up. KC have been by far the faster team here.
Oh. Rise looking to sneak one past his former teammate Seiko. I think he'll know just as well as any of us, so that's extremely difficult to do. Here he goes again, cutting rotation across the pitch. Rise trying to surprise Gentlemates. That is how KC are always going to play, isn't it? They're not going to sit back and hold on to a 2-goal lead. They're going to try and make it 3. They're going to try and make it 4. They're going to try and destroy their opponent's mentality. And here comes Juicy with the flip reset. He's completely blocked out by Rise. And Atto either decided to leave that. I think he probably did decide to leave it because his touch wasn't going to be all that good.
Itachi, bit of time, tries to infield. Vatira cuts across. And with Rise just showing a little bit of the danger there to Seiko. Go ahead and rotate a little bit wider. Gentlemates have not had a big opportunity since that Atto pre-jump save. Need to try and develop something else. Off the side, Seiko can't drop it down. Vatira's got the angle and he's got rid of the danger.
You know, I really think that Gentlemates, they need that solo play threat again. That juicy solo play in Game 3 seemed to open the floodgates for them and get KC scared of another angle of gameplay. The team plays are being cut off, and I think KC have got the edge in the physical game quite clearly. It's times like these that you need somebody to take the ball and just put it in the goal, or at least put it in front of the goal for another player to score.
Hop back up, Vatira. Away, leaves it, and Vatira tries to move on in. Play it back into the midfield. Tachi realizes the time has gone away. It will be double championship point for KC. They have answered back, said, of their season as a whole, but they are rewriting it. They have reset. New names, maybe the same old results. Gentlemates have got to try and put a stop to it.
And again, it's that double kickoff. It's every single time it seems to be getting them good positions. It's fascinating because this is obviously not the first time Gentlemates have seen this. KC did not get a goal off of it or the ensuing play in Game 6. But they are still just sending absolutely everyone flying into the ball. The aggression is truly unbelievable. It's like they're breaking all the rules that you're supposed to have when you play Rocket League. You're not supposed to double commit with your teammates. You're not supposed to stack in one position on the pitch. Well, apparently when you're Karmine Corp, you don't play by the same rules as everybody else. You're allowed to do all those things.
Oh, Juicy made a big dive forwards. Vatira is now broken away. Good demo from Itachi. Got rid of the numbers advantage that KC was starting to develop. Itachi yet again crushes the challenge, still moves forwards.
You know, I think something we should have probably mentioned, Shogun, is that KC do still have their timeout. They lost 2 games in a row, games 3 and 4, and they didn't call their timeout. They still have that one for Game 7. I mean, when you win Game 5 after making that bold call to not call timeout when your opponents have just put a whole pile of goals past you, you look like a genius. And now they might look like a pair of geniuses. They do. It's Vatira to Atto, and it's 1-0 KC.
Well, as a defender, you look at the situation, you think, oh no, what have I been put into? Well, you're put in the blender, you got mixed up. 1-0 KC.
And Gentlemates, they cannot afford for those plays to happen, especially against this aggressive version of KC. You need to have 2 players back at all times, or your last man is in the worst position imaginable. Juicy's being harassed in his own back corner here, but have KC left an opening at the other end. Yes, they have. It's Seiko. A Rise darts back and plays the ball away from him before the shot could come.
Now it's Gentlemates trying to scramble back. Finally have done so, but look at how static they are on the goal line. They are prime targets for demo play should KC want to go yet again. Seiko, oh, he's got a big 1v1. Vatira trying to pre-jump him. Huge angle, drops for Itachi. Stopped on the line. Juicy can't finish the job.
Oh, what a stand by Vatira. Seiko just didn't quite have enough boost to get that double in as quickly as he wanted. But he definitely surprised Vatira with the setup of it. Seiko pre-jumps Vatira's shot at the near post. He's cleared it long. Itachi chasing down, but the ball's gone a fair distance here. Itachi leaves it for Seiko. It's off the post, and now Juicy's diving. While Gentlemates are firing back, but Vatira and the gang are holding strong for now.
There's 4v3 at the moment. KC plus the clock. Can they get it? Oh, it's a doink! And it's on target!
Oh,
what a way to do it!
Itachi with world-class awareness. Look at the positioning. He only had 7 boosts, but he perfectly read the clear, and he put himself in position to help it on its way.
Cole and Stumpy will be so happy, but they won't be as happy as Gentlemates. Although that what a smile being wiped off their faces if this goes in.
It's definitely goal of the season, but not bad shout for goal of the series either. Itachi now with the ceiling reset. He shoots into the crossbar to leave the net open. Rise was there first though. Karmine Corp once again, first on the scene when that ball lands right in front of their goal.
Oh, Seiko, he's trying to wipe out Vatira, couldn't quite get there. Now we turn across, Itachi doesn't leave it open for Vatira, who's trying to get Juicy. These demos are so annoying to try and figure out who's going for what. Imagine having to keep your eyes darting across the field as a player. You have to be so aware of everything. And even in the most uncomfortable positions, you have to play incredible Rocket League.
Well, Gentlemates are letting these touches get away from them a little bit here. Can't let their control leave them in the most important moments. It's Juicy to the backboard. Rise just
demo
effortlessly takes it away from them. And like you mentioned, that demo leaving no support for Gentlemates, who have been a bit lacking in that second man arrival. And now the ball grinds to a halt, and it's Vatira who comes away with it. He's going more sideways. That progress will commence once Atto joins the fray. Itachi and Seiko throwing themselves into the play there. I mean, it might look like a double commit, but they're both assuming that he's bumping one of us. We've got to both go.
Plus with the pace that teams can recover now. Seiko's backflipped! And he has seen himself out of the play. One misstep is all it took.
Oh, Seiko, he landed in such a weird position. I think he was trying to be elusive. He knew Atto was in his half, so he's trying to drive unpredictably. But in doing so, he ended up on the wrong side of the ball. There was no way for him to beat Rise to that one. No way for him to intercept the ball on its way to the net. And now here comes Atto. Rise has bumped the goalie out the way, but is it too early? The shot's not coming. It is now! Rise makes it 3-1.
KC are marching towards the title. Rise gets rid of Itachi. Look at that!
It's another doink. It's a day of the doinks. It turns out, after all of the new mechanics that players have mastered over the years, reached an absolute climax in 2024. Simply jumping into the ball is the best way to play.
Atto looking to just try and finish it off. Juicy pushes the ball wide. Gentlemates need a goal, and they need it quickly. Vatira not going to be caught out.
Vatira again respecting Gentlemates' final touches in defense. Rise with a great cut there as he watches the infield pass come across. Gentlemates have got 30 seconds. They need something, and they need it quickly. Juicy's popped it upwards, but where's Seiko? Here he comes. It's an awkward one. Drops it down to Itachi, but every single touch is contested by KC.
Oh, and that's just not good enough from Seiko. He has to get some power. He's got to test the defenders. They dove on in, and that will do it. KC are going to take Championship Sunday.
Vatira just plays the ball. He saw that fake a mile away. Gentlemates had to commit to everyone. It was getting dire time-wise. They had to go with all their players. That leaves no one back. And it's Karmine Corp who are going to win this one, barring the most ridiculous comeback imaginable. It's not going to happen. That all but confirms it. Karmine Corp, champions of Europe once again.
And Kameto's valiant warriors have finished the job. Well done to them. What a Championship Sunday that was.